All right, guys, next one is for directing. Our nominees are Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread, and The Shape of Water. I really liked all of these movies. I mean, controversial opinion here, but I'm going to say Lady Bird was my least favorite out of them. Like, it wasn't a bad movie, don't get me wrong, but as
And we'll definitely talk about that more
yeah,
in the review.
yeah, well, we do have that review coming out. I did not hate the movie. But I don't know, as far as directing goes, I kind of want to see. I'm going to say Get Out. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that one's gonna get snubbed for a lot of things. I don't think Jordan Peele's gonna get Best Director. I don't think Daniel Kaluuya is gonna get Best Actor, even though he kind of deserves it, I think. But
Yeah, definitely. We'll talk about that.
yeah, we'll get to that. But as for directing, I'm gonna say as a personal pick, I'm gonna go Get Out. For a prediction, though, I think Shape of Water is gonna take it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think Guillermo del Toro definitely deserves a Best Directing Oscar. This one was really difficult for me because I also really liked all of these movies. Personal pick, I would say I would love to see either Get Out, Dunkirk, or Phantom Thread win this because Christopher Nolan, Jordan Peele, and Paul Thomas Anderson are all very talented guys.
I agree.
And I definitely think that any one of them, I'd be happy seeing them win it. But my prediction is going to be Shape of Water as well.
Awesome. All right, guys, next up is costume design. Our nominees are a movie that we have definitely both seen and heard of, Victoria and Abdul.
I have seen the trailer for that one.
I've never even heard of it. Sorry, guys. Shape of Water was also nominated. We also have Phantom Thread, Darkest Hour, and Beauty and the Beast. So, I guess for me personally, obviously, Victoria and Abdul's out. 'Cause I don't know anything about that movie.
That's not your personal pick?
No, I mean, it looks good after seeing the one picture I've seen from it. I don't know. I was a little bit surprised that Beauty and the Beast got a nod. I mean,
The costumes were pretty great in that movie, though.
they were. I just feel like the Academy is. They just don't like nominating.
Big budget, yeah. Yeah.
Which, I don't know. So, I mean, I wouldn't be disappointed at that one, but I don't know. I'm going to say both for personal pick and prediction. I'm going to say Phantom Thread. Because, I mean, that movie was kind of based on costumes, and I think it looked good, and especially for the time it took place, it worked really well.
Yeah. I definitely, for my prediction, I'm going to agree. I think Phantom Thread, it's a movie about a dressmaker.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It would make sense.
Yep.
Personal pick, I'm actually going to go with Shape of Water.
Really?
I felt like everything about that movie, from the set design to the costumes especially, really just like planted me in that world of that movie.
Yeah.
And I really appreciated that. So
Yeah, it did look excellent. Like, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I think just with the overall like design of Phantom Thread, that just worked out the best. I think. But,
Right. And the costumes in Phantom Thread were definitely great, don't get me wrong.
yeah, but cool. Right, up next we've got cinematography. Our nominees are Shape of Water, Mudbound, Dunkirk, Darkest Hour, and Blade Runner 2049. So this one, I mean, I think there are two pretty clear picks. Not that the other ones don't necessarily deserve it, but I think there are two definite frontrunners, and those would be Blade Runner and Shape of Water.
I would say that Dunkirk looked really great, and Darkest Hour, one of the biggest things that I noticed about that movie was cinematography.
That's true.
But compared to Blade Runner, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Blade Runner 2049 is honestly one of the most beautiful looking movies I have seen in my entire
Completely
life.
agree. Denis Villeneuve is incredible.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's my personal and prediction. I think if the Academy does not pick Blade Runner 2049, that, I don't know. Anyway.
I don't know. I think. I mean, you do raise a good point with Dunkirk. I thought it was a really good looking movie, even though there was like that blue film over like the entire thing. I mean, I was almost kind of confused that All the Money in the World wasn't nominated for that reason.
That one looked really
That
good,
one
too.
did look pretty cool. I'm going to predict, actually, that Shape of Water is going to take this one. I think Shape of Water is going to have a huge haul this year. So I'm going to say for my prediction, it's going to be that. Personal pick, I think I'm actually going to go Shape of Water as well.
And really, it is a gorgeous movie. Like I said before, I felt involved in that world, and a large part of that was the cinematography. But, I mean, I gotta go with Blade Runner.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, Blade Runner is absolutely gorgeous, and I would not be disappointed whatsoever if that took it. But I think just with how the rest of the Oscars are going to go, I think Shape of Water is going to take this one.
Definitely a valid point.
Yeah. All right, guys, our next one is animated feature film. It's going to be a fun one. Okay, we've got Loving Vincent, Ferdinand, Coco, The Breadwinner, and the obvious frontrunner, The Boss Baby. How was that movie nominated?
Dude, I'm just going to say it. Personal pick is The Boss Baby.
Dude,
it needs to win. But, I mean, the obvious prediction is Coco. We don't even have to say it.
Let's be real. There's no debating this at all. It's going to be Coco. It's personal and prediction for both of us. But one thing that I want...
Whoa. The Boss Baby is my personal prediction. I would love to see that movie win.
That would be incredible. That is true. One thing I want to mention, though, is the Lego Batman movie was not nominated. There's, Mudbound and Loving Vincent and Ferdinand.
Mudbound was
Mudbound
an animated movie.
I'm not, sorry, wrong.
The Boss Baby has you distracted.
Yes. Freaking, those other movies, they were probably good, but, how did Lego Batman not get nominated?
Definitely
And
a
Boss
big
Baby
snub.
did. And then another one I want to mention is the Emoji Movie.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Obviously the best
why
movie
not?
of the year. Good heavens.
I think, I know that we've only given one 11 out of 10 on this channel, but we might have to do a retrospective review on Emoji Movie.
We might have to.
I hate to spoil what our score is going to be on it.
Oh my gosh, it was so good.
Life-changing.
Yep. Alright guys, next up we've got Actress in a Supporting Role. And those nominees are Octavia Spencer, Laurie Metcalf, Leslie Manville, Allison Janney, and Mary J. Blige. So this one, I think this is another blaringly obvious pick. And that's going to go to Allison Janney. For both personal and prediction pick, it's going to be Allison Janney, I think. The other ones were pretty good. I really liked Octavia Spencer.
Right.
But I don't know. I think Allison Janney just played such an unlikable and just out of character for who she is as a person.
Right.
I thought she absolutely killed it. But.
Yeah, this one was actually kind of tough for me because I did really like Octavia Spencer in Shape of Water, and I thought that Laurie Metcalf did a really good job in Lady Bird as well. But I agree. Personal and prediction, I think it's got to be Allison Janney. She just did such a great job, like you said, playing a hateable character, and that's really tough to do.
It really is. One other one that I want to mention is Leslie Manville. We kind of talked about this in the Phantom Thread review.
Right.
I was surprised that she was nominated.
Yeah, I agree.
Not that she did a bad job, but I don't even know her name.
Yes.
The other person. Phantom Thread.
We're sorry.
We're sorry.
We think you deserve an Oscar, but we can't remember your name off the top of our head.
Allison Janney's going to take it. Laurie Metcalf did a pretty good job. Octavia Spencer, I'm going to say she's second place for me. Okay, guys, next up we've got actor in a supporting role. We have Sam Rockwell in 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, Christopher Plummer in All the Money in the World, Richard Jenkins for The Shape of Water, Woody Harrelson was also in 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, and Willem Dafoe from The Florida Project. So, this is a really tough one for me.
Yeah.
I think I could be happy with any of these five gentlemen taking it. The only one that I think is kind of in a distant, kind of distant from the other ones, I guess, would be Richard Jenkins. Not that he did bad, but I think between him, Michael Stuhlbarg, and Michael Shannon from The Shape of Water, I think he was on par with those two.
Yeah. Well, and I mentioned this in one of our reviews. I think Michael Stuhlbarg was really snubbed.
Oh, he
was
definitely
in
was.
both. He did really well in Call Me by Your Name and in Shape of Water, and he didn't get nominated for either.
Yeah, that was kind of messed up, I think. But again, Richard Jenkins did do a good job, but I think he is distant from the rest. I actually just recently watched The Florida Project with Willem Dafoe. I thought he did a really good job. Woody Harrelson and Sam Rockwell from Three Billboards. Those would be my personal picks. I mean, I don't know. Probably Sam Rockwell. After seeing it again, I mean, it's a tough one to pick.
Definitely.
Because, I mean, I loved Woody Harrelson's character in that movie. I thought he freaking killed it.
Yep.
But then, the other one, Christopher Plummer, I mean, he filmed that movie in, a week.
Yeah, as far as, how difficult the process must have been, Christopher Plummer pulled off an amazing feat.
And I think for that alone, he deserves this.
Yeah.
Because after seeing the movie, I was floored. It did not seem at all like they just, rushed to get this out.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, I think for that alone, he deserves it. I don't think he's going to take it.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. I'm going to say for a personal pick, I'll say Christopher Plummer.
Nice.
I think I liked Woody Harrelson and Sam Rockwell a little bit more, but I think Christopher Plummer deserved that one, so that's who I would choose. And then for a prediction, I'm going to go with Sam Rockwell.
I think that's a pretty safe bet. Personal, I would really like to see Willem Dafoe win this Oscar. I think he's a great actor and that he deserves the recognition.
Yeah.
But I'm like you. I would not be disappointed with any of these guys taking it. And I do think, as a prediction, Sam Rockwell will probably take it.
Right, guys, our next one is actress in a leading role. Our nominees are Meryl Streep for The Post, Saoirse Ronan, which I think I'm pronouncing her right, and she was in Lady Bird. Margot Robbie was in I, Tonya. Frances McDormand for Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, and Sally Hawkins in The Shape of Water.
This one's tough.
It's
a hard one.
It is. I don't know, for me personally, I think there's one clear frontrunner for both personal and prediction, and that's Frances McDormand.
I definitely do think that she probably deserves to win this Oscar. She did an incredible job.
Yeah, I just loved how broken her character was. She played it so believably. Her daughter died, and basically her life went to crap, and she just seemed dead the whole movie, and it was she was a terrible person. Let's just get that off the table. But just the way she portrayed it was so good. That was my favorite performance from any actress this year, I think. I think she did incredible. But, I mean, it's worth mentioning Saoirse Ronan. I mean, she did a great job in Lady Bird. For what that movie was trying to be, I think it nailed it on the head.
Yep. Honestly, up until I saw Three Billboards, I was positive that Saoirse Ronan was going to take this one.
Me too.
But,
definitely. Yeah. Sally Hawkins as well from The Shape of Water. I think she's my second pick.
Yeah.
I think she did incredible, especially for not saying anything.
Exactly.
She was a mute, and just the way that she was able to portray that character without talking was so good. And then I was also really excited about Margot Robbie in I, Tonya. That was one of the more surprisingly good movies I've seen in recent memory. And I mean, it was kind of the same thing. I mean, I think Saoirse Ronan, well, I guess Frances McDormand and Margot Robbie are the only terrible people in their movies. Not in real life. They're great people, but I just think it takes so much to really portray just such a hateable person. And so that's why I was excited about Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
So, and then Meryl Streep. Controversial opinion. I think she was just kind of thrown in there because she was Meryl Streep. That's just me, though. She was a great actress. She just really didn't do that much in the post.
She really wasn't in the movie that much.
No.
Yeah.
Like, she probably had 20 minutes of screen time.
Honestly, yeah. And with the build-up and the trailer especially sold this movie as like Meryl Streep's movie.
Yeah.
But it was really more just Tom Hanks.
Oh, yeah. It was like solid probably 60 to 70%.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks and like another 15-20%. Like, why did my mic go blank?
Meryl
Streep,
yeah.
yeah. And then that ridiculous supporting cast.
Yeah.
They just got like every single big name actor, like not even big name, just everybody that everybody knew was like in that movie. And so, I don't know. Meryl Streep, she did a good job, but yeah, I think for what it was a little bit overrated. Mm-hmm. So
this one was very tough. I do think prediction, I'm going to give it to Frances McDormand. Personally, this really, like, it is neck and neck between Frances McDormand and Sally Hawkins.
Okay.
But because I liked Billboards better, I'm going to give it to Frances McDormand.
Yeah. Okay, next up, we've got Best Actor in a Leading Role. We've got Denzel Washington with Roman J. Israel Esquire, Gary Oldman for Darkest Hour, Daniel Kaluuya for Get Out, Daniel Day-Lewis from Phantom Thread, and if any of you guys have seen our Call Me By Your Name review, Timothée Chalamet, my favorite actor ever.
That's just going to be my personal pick because I just know you loved his performance so much.
It was a tearjerker. I was so invested. Not really. I mean, I don't want to like get back into controversial territory. You guys can go hate on the video we posted about it. But yeah, if you've seen that video, you know that I personally really did not like that movie. And Walter, I'll leave the rest up to you. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I think that compared to Gary Oldman's performance as Winston Churchill, which was insane.
Yes.
And Daniel Kaluuya in Get Out, who did a really good job. Mm-hmm. This is just a really tough one. And, of course, Daniel Day-Lewis in Phantom Thread. He's always incredible. Mm-hmm. This is a very tough one for me. I would just love to see Daniel Kaluuya win it. So that's going to be my personal pick. Mm-hmm. Prediction, I think Gary Oldman's going to take it.
I'm actually going to agree with you on both of those. I'll say personal is Daniel Kaluuya. I think he absolutely owned Get Out. Mm-hmm. I thought he was so good. He was good in Sicario. Yeah. And, I loved him in that, and then seeing him in even more of a leading role here, I thought it was excellent.
Which also, I want to mention that he did a really good job in Black Mirror as well. I know you haven't seen Black Mirror.
Yeah.
But that was my first exposure to Daniel Kaluuya, and he does a really great job in one of the episodes.
Yeah, he's so talented. I really like what he did here. I mean, Denzel Washington, we'll talk more about this in,
the snubs section. Yeah.
But I feel like Denzel Washington was kind of thrown in at the last second after some allegations. We won't go into that right now, though. So, I mean, I'm sure he did a great job. Daniel Day-Lewis did great in his movie as well. But Gary Oldman, I think, is a shoo-in for this one, just because he was so unrecognizable.
Yeah.
He didn't even look like Gary Oldman. He absolutely killed it. And he was so believable as Winston Churchill.
Definitely.
I think he'll take it. But, I mean, Daniel Kaluuya is going to stay my personal pick as well.